그거 되는 거 같은데?
근데
아니야, 이제 그거 되는 거를
이렇게 나와요.
아니야, 그렇게 해도 되는 거 같은데?
이렇게? 이렇게
맞아.
나올까?
You ready?
네.
더 필요해.
Hard question to prepare.
어디
Like,
필요하냐면
recommended
여기 이렇게 해가지고
place.
이렇게
Or like in
여기 있어?
네.
알았지?
one place that people like who
like to recommend them to go.
like to like a comfort place. 시작했어요? 지금? 헐.
괜찮아. 나중에 말해주면
뭐 하셔도 돼요. 연결 상태가 힘든 방송 중이에요. 그러면 안녕하세요. 이설국 프로그램 다시 나왔어요. Okay, so I'm your Cynthia today, and this is our 제작님, our PD님, Laura. And today we have one guest here. Her name. Let's introduce. Let us introduce you.
Yeah. Hi, I am Rachel from Malaysia.
And what are you currently studying?
I'm currently studying media communications at Hanyang University.
Yeah, so all of us has actually all been through one specific stage in our Korean study journey, a broad journey, I guess, and that is our Korean language schools. So, Dora, which language school did you go to?
I actually go to the different language school with my college. The language school I go to is from Korean University, 고려대학교, 한국어 센터. 근데 but now I going to Korean 한국 foreigner school,
So,
foreigner language school.
한국 외대. Yeah, so it's like for foreign languages. Yeah, University of Foreign Languages, I think. Yeah, and reading.
I actually went to Hanyang University's International Language Institute. So Hanyang University Language Institute and then Hanyang University, undergraduate.
Yeah, so I'm currently studying in Iwa Yoda the Korean Language Center, and I think we all started from level 3, right?
No, I actually started from level 1.
Okay, so we still have one that started from like literally from the bottom.
I'm from Tamu.
Tamu.
So I learned from like
Canada.
Are we the same?
No. I came with a little bit of base. So I was too low to go to level 2, but too high to be at Canada Mombasa. So I started actually at 1.5. It's kind of like halfway. Yeah.
So guys, now we all different. I
Yeah.
know nothing about Korean and know a little bit.
Yeah,
More.
So I started from level 3. So let's ask our guest first. So what made you start? Like, why did you decide to study in Hanyang? Like, why did you choose Hanyang out of all the schools?
When I came, actually, I just had the idea that I wanted to come to Korea to study. I didn't know which university I want to or aim to. So I actually came through an agency, and they only did Hanyang University. I guess that's why.
So
Yeah, because it was still not a mainstream thing coming to Korea. So I think it was just the start. So we only slowly started partnershiping, and I guess Hanyang was the first partners.
the
Yeah,
first
to work with that one. Yeah.
first and only.
Probably. I'm not sure about the agency now because it's been a while. Yeah, but yeah.
What about you? Why did you choose Korea?
Because my friends told me that. And the 고려대학교 is kind of the bad.
SKY.
Sorry, the best school at Korean. So I think maybe the language school was not that bad, even. Well, maybe they have some things. I go there.
Yeah. So I actually did a lot of research I'm like, okay. And then so basically there was Yonsei. I had three options. It was like SKY, and then it was actually Iwa was never in my contact list. It was never in my list. But one thing to know about like the popular Korean language centers is that they might reject you, like me. So I applied for Yonsei at the very end because I wanted to do academic English because I want to work here, and like for Willing as well. I think for we would know that academic Korean and like the Maragi Korean is very different. So that's why like places like Sogang or like places that focus on oral more are more for people who just want to, you know,
Speaking.
yeah, be familiar with Korean. But academic English, it's more so like Yonsei, Iwayode. Like Iwayode, the good thing about them, like I mean, as they say so, it's because they have yeah, they're like for they focus on all four aspects. So so listening, writing, speaking, and
말하기.
말하기.
Right?
Speaking,
읽기,
reading,
듣기.
listening, and speaking. What? Yeah, those four. Yeah, so they focused on all of them very like thoroughly. So that's why I chose Ihwayode like in after I got rejected.
I think all the language school actually kind of 비슷해요.
Yeah, they're the same. So I think a quick tip for me is that no matter which Korean school you go to, you can never like stop actually learning Korean. Like I mean, for Maragi, it's even if you go to Sogang, you have to like actually talk to those people.
Okay, we put that at last part.
Yeah.
Did you guys think we need to do the icebreaker again?
Ice breaking game. I have no idea. What are we going to do?
What are we doing?
Maybe the orange again?
Again?
Or another?
Another one? What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
토마토 게임? 토마토. 우리
그럼 셋이면 그냥 아마.
그쵸.
What game?
어,
Oh, I got one. So,
이거 뭐예요?
hey guys, try this.
이거 뭐예요? 이런 거예요?
They can do it.
어? What? What? 어?
Okay.
Anyways,
Again. It's so cute.
I don't know. How did you do that?
But before I teach you how to do this, is this kind of ice-breaking game?
I think so.
Okay. So here, and here.
어? I still don't know.
뭐래?
아, 이런 건가요? 근데 이건 뭔가요? 아.
Again?
Like you do this, and then you put it like.
Our little genius is already know how to play
And
this
you do
game.
it like this. So it's like. No, so this hand is on like put here, but then your face is doing this, and then.
You can say like this, and you put your hand together,
Put
Yeah.
your hand together.
and bang.
Like that.
It just when you put your finger, like you just make your arm like
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah.
and a little bit.
Magic trick. Love that for you. Okay, now we got the ice-breaking game out of the way. Let's talk about the goods and bads of language school. So, shall we
From
start
the
with the?
good or bad?
Shall we start from the good? Yeah. So we didn't. What do you want to do?
I think it's good because it eases you into the environment since you are like new to Korea and you have no place to practice speaking Korea. Korean, the school is actually like a place for you to practice and to teach you and to guide you on the way. So it kind of eases your process into getting used to life in Korea. Yeah. So I think it's really helpful.
That's not a good point.
But you're right.
That's
Yeah.
the only good point. Side eye. Yeah. What about you? What about only?
Well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say the good point. Maybe I should keep the secret about which language school that I'm going.
Expelled. No, but
Okay, about a good point, I met a lot of foreigners friends for me.
yeah,
For
you
me.
made enough friends.
Exactly.
Yeah, you made
So
enough
I met like the girl and boy from the Germany, American, Canada, French, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Taiwan,
Hong Kong, Taiwan,
and Portuguese.
Portugal.
Yeah. What else? Japan.
Yeah.
My favorite.
What did you learn Japanese then?
Because I love the
Korean.
anime.
아.
고용신장, 짱구,蜡笔小新.
짱구. 근데 짱구는 한국가
아니야.
왜요?
I'm so uneducated. I'm so sorry. I'm not an anime fan. I'm sorry.
So I like that anime. So I like the friend from Japan.
Yeah.
But they're so cute.
Wait,
I mean real.
Come back. Come back.
Okay. First the language school let me know a lot of foreign friends, and it did help me to learn some Korean, like some grammar, like 말하기, speaking. But
That's it. Yeah, that's it. She has nothing to say.
sorry, and 문화체험.
Oh,
The
that's
culture
cultural.
Activities.
We're not at the bad points yet. Cultural
Activities are good too.
Yeah, cultural activities are fun, but we'll get to that later. But even though like if you guys may have heard, like if you go to 이화여자 대학교, there isn't much.
Oh, we have friends.
Hello. It's from my life. But yes, the bad, I mean, that's a good thing, I guess, kind of. To wait, what was I talking about?
The good points about
Oh
every
yeah,
school.
이화여자 대학교. There's only girls inside this, but no, there's also guys, but like
Teacher?
very little. Very little. And also, I mean, it's a good thing because you guys are focused. And then like also, I think 이화여자 is good. 여자 대학교 is good for me, like grammar wise, because when I went in, the most unfamiliar thing I was with grammar, and that's what I think a lot of like the Korean language schools are good for, only for grammar, only because a lot of other things you have to practice yourself. Like for example, if I didn't have Japanese friends in my class, I wouldn't have practiced that much magagi with them. And like if I only had like I don't know Chinese people or like maybe like people who spoke English, I would have just spoken English with them. So yeah, that's one of the good points about language schools. Would you guys agree? Like, did you really like learn or read more about Korean?
I think when I started out here, I tried my best to not speak languages that I'm familiar with, and also I did come here alone. So most of my classmates did not know each other very well. We don't know like what languages we were able to speak, so we were able to practice Korean in that way because we thought that was our only way of communication. So we always spoke Korean to each other. I think that's why it was helpful for like speaking. But once you know that we each other could speak like maybe English and English, then that's all.
It stops.
Yeah.
Oh, but you guys don't introduce where you're from your first lesson.
We do, but some people, like maybe from Malaysia at that time, it wasn't that a popular country, so people don't really know, oh, what language do they speak, what kind of people do they have, so they would just think of, okay, let's talk to each other in Korean since we're also like learning in Korean anyways, so I think that's the point
Mm.
of the
For
language
language
school.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, in my opinion, don't use the language, especially some students that know their own language, like they're very comfortable in their own language. They won't use they would use minimal Korean, and like that's
This situation is
Yeah.
quite.
yeah, it's quite serious. So you gotta really talk actively in Korean with your
Exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, it defeats the purpose.
Yeah, and did you talk a lot in Korean and at Korea?
At the first, I think so. I can't remember. That almost 2 years ago.
2 years.
Oh, that's really a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I know what until what level did you guys study until? Like how long did you guys take in language school? You don't have to tell me how long, but you can tell me like until what level did you guys study until, or you plan to study until since you're still in.
I'm planning to study till so I'm leaving 이과여대 Sakup. So after level 3, I'm going into hopefully if I don't fail in level 4.
My God!
And then for 5 and 6, I'm still planning on doing more academic Korean, so I might switch to Yonsei because I although it's very all-rounded here, the teaching style is very accredited, so I might switch to Yonsei. What about you? Well, how did you like go into Wede before?
Actually, you could. Yeah, but I failed.
We got a fail here.
Sorry about the laughing. That was too loud. I apologize. But I didn't pass the 5.
You didn't pass 5.
I passed the 5.
Oh, you passed 5, but you didn't.
So then I can go to 6. But I failed 6.
Ooh, but there is a really curious question I think everyone is asking. When we finish Korean language schools, do we still have to take a topic exam?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you like our guest,
You feel
Like-
Hanyang.
Like if you're studying in Hanyang language school and you want to go to Hanyang University, you can use that one as like a bridge to kind of prove that you have the language proficiency. But if I, for example, am from Hanyang Language Institute, but I want to go to Yonsei University, then it does not work. They do not accept the language school's certificate. Then you would require a topic.
and if you're like me, different language school and different college,
Yeah, and if you're like me and you want to work in like Korean language school, after you go to like Korean language school, you want to work in Korean 회사, like companies or things. Yeah, you need to take the topic
to prove.
Yeah, so basically in all the job descriptions there should be like, oh, you gotta reach topic 45 or 40, like.
I think that one is kind of moving.
It's moving. Moving? Oh, it is. Yeah, just that. Why is it moving? It's focusing on me, y'all. Anyways, so yeah, now let's move. Yes. What?
Question?
Oh, it's just people joining.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just see that. Let's talk about the 나쁜 점, the bad things. We're gonna keep this short. We're gonna keep this short, we promise. So, please would you go first?
Actually, personally, I really enjoyed
Okay.
language school, so there's not much of a bad point I would say about it. I'd probably say the only bad points is if you have classmates that are not as hardworking or you don't have the same vision, because when you are in language school, sometimes you have to practice speaking with each other, like your partner, and if your partner is not like that efficient,
Yeah, that's.
It was really painful.
you won't be able to practice even if you want to. And sometimes the teachers might try like, hey, 열심히 하라고. But then if the student does not accept what the teacher says, then sometimes the teachers will be like, okay, it's fine, you know what, do what you want. And
Just let it go.
yeah, and then the people who really want to practice might not be effective.
Yeah. So I'm a bad student, but I sleep. I'm not like not hardworking, but like I kind of just sleep. a bit, do quite a bit, but you do gotta like 열심히 like you have to do the speaking very like very hard, like you work hard on speaking because I'm not sure for the 시험 방법 from your places, but like in 이화여대 the speaking exam you have to memorize the whole script. Yeah, it's similar. So you gotta like really talk and make friends with your peers because what we did for 말하기 exam, like the speaking exam, was that we formed little groups. Well, I formed my own little group, and then we just practiced in the cafe before the exam. So that's like a really good way to study. So what about panorama? We're gonna keep this short. Calm down. What are the bad points? 나쁜 점.
Teacher are good, classmates are nice, but the things that we learning.
Yeah, it's very repetitive, I would say. Like
So if you plan like study Korean, I suggest you like know some basic things at your country, then go to the language school. Like from the level 3, level 4, it's better like maybe from the beginning because it costs a lot of time and wasting your.
Actually, that language school is quite expensive.
if you were to
Yeah, and it's a short time for the cost of the money, but then it's also taking a lot of your time because you are coming here like maybe after high school and you want to go into like your friends are in their own countries are already going into university or college or whatever, but you have to study in language school for like 3 months, so it's time consuming in that way, but in that short time you have to pay this big amount of money, which is a little bit stressful as well. So I think that's probably one of the bad points maybe.
Yeah.
So friends don't like me.
learn the alphabet yourself, and for like any other 나쁜 점?
Sorry,
Sorry.
sorry, because we have two building that blah 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 blah.
That gives that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah,
go
yeah,
to.
yeah,
Yeah, that you have to go to.
One is near the subway station, and the other one is on the top of the mount.
Oh my gosh.
So I need to climb
Yeah.
every day.
Oh my gosh.
But Hanyang is literally on a mountain.
Yeah.
So
But our language institute is
it's like
is
close,
in
yeah.
front, yeah, so that is still okay.
that is okay. We're gonna get to the geographical locations of the language schools later, but let me talk about but there is stuff to talk about there as well. But okay, so let me think. Is for my first of all it's boring because we can we'll all like introduce a bit about how our classes went later, but a main thing about like what I didn't like was that because I really like meeting people. Like if I'm in Korea, I want to meet Korean people. Like but there are not enough facilities for that because before there used to be before COVID, I'm pretty sure there was a 동아리 for Korean for language center students, but now there isn't any. And then for us to use the college, like the university facilities, we have to pay extra. So we're not really considered part of the campus, like literally, because first of all, the geographical location, we're like at the very outer part of like the place, and we're not allowed to like to join all the 동아리s and stuff. And like even if I have to use the university gym, I have to, if I'm not in the dorm, I have to pay more than the exchange students, in school, like the attending students, because we're language school students, but we pay more than the exchange students. So it's like
It doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense. And I can't even
pay attention.
Yeah, and there's no like way for me to meet Koreans. Like if I come here, there should be like a way for me to like get 익숙해기, like to be one with the environment, right? But there's no facilities for that. So I'm like, this is one point I'm very like disappointed about when I came here. But other than that, I mean I could make a lot of friends, but they're just not Korean.
True.
Yeah. So let's talk about how our courses went since like we talked a bit about how the courses are repetitive. So how was your class?
In language school,
Yeah.
I think now they did change the syllabus, but back when I was in language school, it was broken into I think 4 time slots
Same,
per
same.
hour. And then so the first 2 hours I think we're learning grammar, and then the third hour we start I think we end with reading, and then I think the middle part is either speaking or listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we kind of alternate throughout days. So some days we're only doing listening, some days we're only doing, for example, 대화문, so speaking. Yeah, and I think it was that. But now I think they changed the books to maybe easier because there are some foreigners who thought that the older
Our
books,
school too.
Yeah,
They
was-
changed
the books are
Yeah.
maybe to a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're changing it. So, they're slowly progressing.
Oh, they finally realized that the things we studied before was too hard. Right.
Yeah, it is. Like I've seen the level 1 and 2 books. I was like, wow, you guys learned a lot of grammar from there, like overall. But yes, how was your? Yeah, I think it was a bit similar with us too. So what was yours like?
At the Stanford, 강의교에서, it was like for 1, 2, 3 was 읽기, 듣기. Oh, wait a second.
문법?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lesson 4 is about the feedback.
Oh, feedback.
About your 과제, about your homework.
Not that.
But actually not.
They don't give you the feedback.
The feedback. Wait a second. It's 2 years ago.
Yes.
Was
it-
they give me feedback?
They gave a bit.
I think.
How do they give feedback? Like teacher to
One
you?
to
or-
one.
Yeah.
1 to 1. Oh, that's interesting. We don't have that.
Really?
No.
You don't have homework?
No,
we
we
have
have
homework, but not feedback session.
Yeah, we don't have feedback option. But how many grammar points do you teach? You guys teach 2, right?
Yeah, two. I think two, or I think it was four before, but now I think
One day?
2. Yeah, I think it's 2. It's too far away from me as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
2
think
in
it's
1 day.
two.
Yeah, 2 in 1 day. How many grammar, like on average, do you teach in 1 day?
Maybe 2 or 1.
Yeah, we teach 2 too. Yeah, we teach 2 or 3. So we alternate between 선생님s every day. So like yeah. Oh, you guys have to.
Yeah, alternate.
Yeah. So on Monday, like on Tuesday and Thursday, they have different teachers. So like depending on their speed, they change up a bit. But mostly, they break it down to like a few parts, and then it's like part 1. There's 2 문법 that you have to do, and then it's 듣기 and then 읽기. And then for homework, they just like give you, okay, there's your 쓰기, do it yourself, and then there's your 숙제, do it yourself, and then check it yourself.
Check yourself.
Yeah, you have to check yourself.
But
Exactly.
I'm the student.
Exactly. So that's
If
why.
I know which one's right, which one's not right, I can be the teacher too.
Exactly. So that's why what we're saying, like it's hard to if you don't know anything, and I think a lot of the times we're not very comfortable to ask the teacher stuff as well because there's such a like a 상사 kind of like sayi with the teacher. So a lot of the times you have to depend a lot on your classmates. So please don't be mean to your classmates. So yeah. That's the kind of the outline. So every day we do like kind of the same thing, and for the Sion, like every maybe like 1 month of school, we do like a midterm and then the finals.
We have the little quiz
Yeah.
and the 중간 시험.
Oh, and the 단어 quiz. You guys have 단어 quiz?
I think we didn't have that before. I don't know about now.
We have 단어 quiz.
Oh.
We have to study 40 words every term.
And how do you guys test on them?
Oh my god, it's really dumb. It's like
Say it.
they give you a paper of like Papa Gold versions of it, and then you just like have to write down the words. But the answer is in the other page of the book. Like you just have finish it and then you just check it yourself. So basically, people can just cheat like this.
What's the point?
You can check it yourself. Like it's
What's the
so.
point?
Yeah, it's.
I think it's very self-disciplined
Boring.
right
Yeah,
now. You
very
have to be
Boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
So it's kind of like they give you the word apple, and then you have to write
Yeah.
Tawa like that.
Yeah. So that's I'm like if the teacher teaches really fast, that you.
How long the tunnel quiz can continue?
How long?
It's the
They
quiz,
give you
yeah.
like 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, it's really quick though.
Yeah, because everyone like it's already like in your head, so you just do it like that. And for people who don't know, they just like copy it.
Ah.
So yeah,
You do this test every
every unit. So if
level?
every unit. So like when you go into Igwa, you finish like in maybe 2 or 3 days, and then the last day you have to like the next day you have to do a tunnel quiz, and then 10 in the 숙제 for that. So were you guys like that?
We did not have. I don't think we had a tunnel quiz before.
But only the 숙제?
Yeah, we had. We actually had. I think this was 2 years or a few years ago. We actually had 숙제 every day, and then we had to hand it in, and then the teachers
Every
actually
day?
checked- Yeah, every day.
Oh my god.
And then they checked it for us. So now I have friends who are also in language school as well, and I see them like usually they say, okay, if I feel like it, I will do it. If I don't feel like it, I won't do it. And unless if the teacher asks to hand in the essay, they would not do it. So I was a bit shocked when I saw that. I was like, huh? Because
yeah.
I had to do kwaje every day, sukje every day when we were back in language school, like every day, and the teachers wanted to.
We have homework points. Like we have 5 homework points. So if you don't do it, they deduct 1 part. If you deduct 1, you're kicked out.
Do you hand it in?
Yeah, you hand it in.
Yeah, we handed it in too, but every day.
Maybe we have.
She's blurry. She's a bit blurry.
I think their memory was not that happy, so I kind of
Oh no.
forgot.
Oh no. Well, too bad.
Because it just
Was very repetitive. It's just over and
repeats every day the same thing.
Yeah.
Go to school
And
4 hours a day.
And slowly the friends you meet, like slowly you will see them, like if you go for like long periods of time, you see them slowly drop out.
Oh
and it's,
yeah,
like,
that's very sad. Oh yeah, that's one of the bad points too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the friendships in language university are very short. Some of them come for short term, some of them, you know, everyone has different goals.
Yeah.
So
I have a question. No, you because you still
Yeah.
said
Oh, you were pushing me.
No.
Oh,
so. Did you have the language? Did you still continue with the friends that you met at?
from language school, yes and no. There are a few who we still contact each other. There are a few where we came into university together, that we still keep in contact, or either kind of just meet each other in the hallways and just hi like that. But there are also some who are really like just gone. I have no idea where they are, who they are, and we still know who they are, but it's kind of like I don't know where they are, what are they doing, what is up with their lives.
You
Yeah.
just did.
Yeah, so your friendships are really short in that point. But all foreigner friends though, I have to say. Like I agree with what Yui said, like you want to come to Korean language school in Korea specifically to probably know Korean people and make Korean friends, but it's not that easy. And the language school, I feel like they do try to prepare ways that they can connect Korean people with foreign people, but it's not easy, and it's not really helpful in a sense, like it's not working.
And it varies between schools. Like for me, we don't have any kind of resources for meeting Koreans, but like maybe for like 언니들이 programs.
Yeah, they're slowly preparing programs. I feel I can see.
Yeah, right. There is, right? There is. No. Do you remember?
It's my cute Japanese.
Oh, the cute.
And
Local. Can we only locals?
Do you have any like
Korean
ways to know Korean friends
in
when you are in your
Korea.
program, language program? Not
we
much, right?
have
You
the
had it?
language body.
Ah, 동미.
Yes, we had that too. 1-to-1 mentoring.
But you can only admit
One time.
나쁜 점 time. They don't let people that are over level 3 to get a domi because we're like skilled. Because like they think we don't need it. Like
구려대학교. They allowed students from the level 1 to get a language body.
Buddy.
이거 뭐예요?
아,那个
아,
没关系. And freshman first.
yeah, same. And like with the
sad though.
with the 자매 대학교s.
So the first
Oh yeah, so the first.
So the first time me and my language buddy met, because she know Chinese and we both know English, so we kind of Chinese English.
Oh well, damn. Then you don't even learn anything. What you automatically get a domi? Like
No, we
everyone-
don't. You have to register. So if you are like an introvert or you're kind of like scared, it'd probably be harder for you because you have to like pluck up the courage to go and sign up for this program. They usually will not come to find you. You would have to sign up for yourself.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like I'm used. But are you guaranteed one if you sign up?
Yes, you will. If you sign up, you'll definitely be guaranteed one. But because the Korean students might not want the participation for Korean students might be lower. So even if you are expecting a 1-to-1, sometimes it may be maybe a 1-to-2. Or
Well, at least you get
Yeah,
one.
at least you get
That's
one.
why 어때 뭐 하는 거야?
at least you get one. Yeah.
뭐 하는 거예요, 진짜.
말도 안 되지. 우리 한국어로 네 친구들?
좋을 것 같아요. 그러면 우리 wait, did you understand?
그럼.
Yeah.
그럼 조금
Hi. Can we speak Korean?
없어. 우리 다 한국어 모르는 친구예요.
어떡해요?
그러면 English.
Okay, English.
Okay, so let's talk about like where we've gone through like the good joys, the bad points, what we learned. So let's talk about location. So how do you think your school is located in like do you feel one with like do you feel like you're actually in the university life of Korean? Like going to an actual Korean university at the time. No?
Should we? I think when you started out, when you were in language university, you'd feel proud, like wow, I'm like a university.
You can wear the
student.
jacket.
Yeah. But then slowly as you process when you're in language school, you do feel like, oh, maybe I am different. Oh, maybe I am not. Like you don't feel like you're really a part of the school.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. It feels like a tuition center that is just next door to a university.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you belong in some kind of way.
But at the same time, like Hanyangdae, it's a good thing about Hanyangdae is like the language center is actually inside the school.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
You can
point.
see,
That's a good
so you can
point.
see like be one with all the crowd. You can like not just go into like one building and be like, oh, she's definitely in a language school student. Like
True.
there's not much of that kind of feeling. I feel like. But yeah, Pandora only.
So the classroom at the top of mountain is totally outside the campus. There's a road separate us, so you can 上学时间怎么说？
like go to school.
The
on
time
road
to
to school.
The time you go to school, the time you off to school, just a lot of foreigner students just can
Yeah.
and you can feel that feelings you not belong the campus. You're just from the language school.
Yeah, ours is worse. So this is Yonsei. This is Ihwa. I am here. So basically, this is my 기숙사, right? I'm going to the way to Yeonse to go to like this is one language center. Like the language center is here. I'm going this way, while all the students are all in this side of the road. So basically, when I'm in the actual language center, I'm seeing Yeonse. Seeing Yeonse Chigwa every day. So it's like, it's kind of like a stab in my chest because every time I'm looking at Yeonse, but I can't get into it. Like yeah, and you can't really like interact. Like there's no way for you to go into the Korean campus if you're actually in language school. So that's a nappun zone location wise. Yeah.
Maybe we're talking about too much now.
There are good jumps too.
Good
Yeah.
jobs.
There are good stuff too.
Yeah, there's
You
good
have
stuff.
to try, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's from like between student to student. I think because yeah, I think for William only
Maybe our opinions is worth to try, but not that long time.
Yeah, are there any advice you would like to give to?
For people who want to come to
Yeah.
language university, I would say just go for it. It's actually really fun. It would probably be the most fun time you would have here because compared to other stress,
Yep.
yeah,
True.
compared
There's
to
a lot
other
of
stress that you will
stress.
be like either studying in university or finding a job here, being in language school in Korea is actually probably one of the best times you would probably have.
Yep.
Knowing a lot of people, so
Yeah.
it's still a good thing, and you are still learning Korean at the same time. So it's somewhat, it may be somewhat boring, but it's still fun. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah, because you get to hang out with your friends afterwards, and you get to like explore Korean culture.
it's still more stress free compared to
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah, enjoy that time before you go into Korean university. What about you? Are there any advice you would have or like opinions?
The language school is a good place to make a lot of friends, like foreigner friends, except the Korean students. So if you find some person that you're interested at your classmate, just make continue with
Like yeah, so just try to maintain the friendship with them.
Yeah. it's worth it.
It's what yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it's like connection making. So yeah. A word for my advice is that for newcomers, I would suggest you like hang with like stick to your classmates more. But if you can, maybe try to make a few Korean friends before, or like join a lot of 동아리s. Like if you're part of if you have the ARC, you can go into like apps like ETA every time there are like 연합 동아리s. So there are different types of like global friend groups you can make and different like programs you can join to meet Koreans or maybe other friends from different faculty or like language schools. So I think my advice would be to join more of those, and yeah, you'll have a good time. You have a good time. It's just the 4 hours of boring lessons, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Take advantages of, I think nowadays, since globalization is happening and everything, the language schools are also taking into account that there's a lot of foreign students, so they would prepare a lot of programs. Like slowly they are preparing more programs, so take advantage of those. I think would be very helpful too.
Yeah. So
Maybe we can move to the question time.
last question for everyone. No, last question for guests. Our question we ask to every guest on the show: if you could recommend one place out of the whole of Korea, where would you recommend our soon-to-be Korean 친구s to go?
This is actually quite hard because I've been here for a while, and
Like where was a comfort place for you?
Comfort place? Anywhere, anything.
I don't have like an exact place I would recommend because I am very homebound.
Yeah,
I-
my home.
I
everything
like
in
to
my house.
stay. I like to stay where I'm comfortable at.
Mhm.
So I'm always around campus, and then I live on campus as well. So I'm always around like Wangxinli, wherever I am. So I think the place that I feel most comfort, or when I arrive this place I feel safe, is probably Wangxinli. But to recommend for you guys to come, I don't know, because it's not that much fun, honestly.
The food is nice though.
Yeah, we do have good food and a lot of like activities you can do.
Yeah.
You can do coin noterbang. There's board game cafes.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff, but I think what I would recommend for people who are interested in coming, like future Korean Chingus, is to not go to places like only in Myeongdong,
Yeah,
Hongdae,
or Gangnam. Like, don't go to the tourist places. Kind of branch out and find little places, because there are a lot of places in Korea with tiny cafes that are very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Tiny streets or places to walk.
Yeah.
Those are very
Oh my
nice.
god, I love. Oh, that's we can recommend an activity. Sanche. I love taking walks in Korea. We love taking walks in Korea.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can talk a little different.
So I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
Do we have a question?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, I can recommend a place for Wangxinli because my comfort place is Wangxinli too, and Hanam. And yeah, because we met in Hanam. Like I kind of went to Hanyang Hakyo before, so yeah. I would say a comfort place in Wangxinli would be Hanyang University. Like Nochang Cafe inside Hanyang University. Nochang Cafe, go. I'm pretty sure like people who like are not from that place can also visit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just go.
Just spend money.
yeah. There's ice cream.
Yeah. Where do you like? What is your comfort place?
I actually like the mountain,
Yeah,
the ocean.
Ocean is really hard to get to.
She goes to Incheon.
Incheon. Nice.
So yeah, other than Busan, there's also
I didn't go to Busan.
no. I mean like other than places to go like for Busan or like beaches and beaches. If you want to go to
Incheon.
beaches.
I recommend the East Ocean
동해.
because there was more clear,
Ooh,
more beautiful.
She knows her stuff. She knows her stuff. Listen to her.
Good.
Okay, so shall we move on to our Q&A?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna just look. Okay, so question would be, what? Wait, what? So what is
Wait a
the
second, we
Shincheon-
do have question.
Thank you. What is the Shincheon process like for you guys? Was it hard? Like I think she's interested about how we applied.
To Korean language school?
Yeah.
I think at first I did mention I did come with an agency, so they connected me. But the process, I think it was just preparing documents. You have to prepare a lot of documents to come, or not only to apply. I think applying was probably the easiest step, but to get the visa is a different thing. The visa process is much more,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's why you was rejected. I'm sorry.
documentation wise. And I think that's that. There's usually it's 100% or at least a very high percentage of acceptance rate into language school. So but documentation when preparing for a visa is really hard. I mean it's time consuming.
And that's why ATP is here to help you. PPT 시간. What about you guys?
I do it by myself, so my friends, you can easily find all documents at the language school website. So
What?
you can go to the.
But preparing is hard.
Preparing is hard.
Preparation takes
It's
time.
painful. It's painful. So if you need help, you can find us.
Yeah, we'll help you. 눈치.
But really, you can easily find everything that you need to at the language school website. You just go to the admission.
Admission page?
Yeah.
Admission page.
Just send them an email if you don't know. Like
Yeah.
always send them emails, give them calls. If you are really interested in coming, just just ask them, bother them.
Yeah.
That's what they're here for.
Yeah, I actually fought with mine because because they were like, we have to have this document by this date. Oh, that's the thing. They're very hard by deadlines, so you gotta put everything by deadlines, or you will not get the post spot. And also, like, there are some specific documents that like you have to hand in. Like, for example, your bank statement. Yeah, your bank statement has to be your own name. It has to be apostilled, like a lot of this.
Yeah. You have to be apostille, consular certified. There's
You
a
know-
lot of this.
You know how much DHL money I had to spend coming here?
Let me guess.
Oh my gosh.
Over.
300만.
와, 아니요. 그
100만?
너 너무 많이 하잖아, 아니요.
100만?
100만 아니요. 저 10만 원 줘?
Correct.
Someone-
I think it's not too bad, but
Yeah.
still, it's like you're just
It's still money.
yeah, and you're only it's not like university. It's just language.
It's language school, but you have to do so much things for it. But it's worth it. Don't worry. I'm not come.
Yeah, but we do understand that it's to filter out people who are like legit people who want to apply, and there are some people who just want to maybe apply to get a visa so they can use a visa and then work here illegally.
Yeah.
So we understand why it's like that.
Please don't do the illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
don't
still,
do it.
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
It's
get
hard.
rewarded. It's hard though. It's hard. Okay, next question is.
Thank you for the question.
For my page, it would be how did we make friends? How do we make friends? We just
Can we share our MBTI?
Oh, sure. When you go first, when you only.
I am actually when I came, I think that time I was an INFP. Now I am an ISFP, and being an introvert, it's really hard to go to people who you don't know and don't feel comfortable with. But I think you just have to try. And also there are also people who are good at coming to you. So if they come, like if an extrovert adopts me, then thank you very much. Then I'll just
I will adopt everyone.
yeah. Then I will just stick with that.
Or kitty pie?
But you have to be daring to speak. I think that's what Yui's advantage is that you are daring to speak and to know everyone. You're
Yeah.
open to everyone.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like I accidentally used 반말 for so long with
It's fine.
people understand. They understand here. They understand our
Exactly. Yeah.
How do you make friends? And what's your MBTI? Only.
Since my MBTI is start with I, I'm INFJ. I used to be INFP, so
You make plans now.
yeah, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, but alone.
Alone. Yeah.
So how to make friends? Good question.
Different.
How did you make your first friend here? We're taking questions, by the way. You can type it down below about how we studied in Korea.
I think my first friend is my language buddy.
So the language really did help. See,
Language
it
buddies are
worked.
somewhat helpful.
Yeah. See so the university is actually useful. Love that for you.
And actually, if you are going to the language school, since everyone is here with the same, at least almost the same goal, like everyone wants to learn Korean language, I think it's easier because some people might come alone as well, like you. So once you sit down and there's someone next to you, you can just be like, "Hey, good morning. How are you?"
Yeah,
That's the
Right.
advantage of language school.
just
I
say
feel.
hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
just say 안녕하세요, and then everything will start out like. Even if it's awkward, just keep going. Somehow it will work out.
That's me. Like there's oh my god, I went to this MBTI thingy like exhibition yesterday in Gangnam, and then they were like, and then my titles were literally like 우리 밥 먹으러 갈래요? 우리 저뭐안 좋은 곳이 있나요? 이렇게. So I'm ENFP, so I'm the only E. I adopt everyone. Yes, I'm an adopter. And then so when I went to our first, like, no one spoke because we had a lot of Japanese students. Like, you know how they are. They're very respectful. So no one talked. So I was just there like, ooh, hi, like I was.
Wow,
I
like
was
sounds
the
shy.
awkward one. I was the awkward one. So I'll just be like, wait,
No, you're not the
밥 먹을
awkward.
갈래요? Literally, like I would literally say that. I was like, we should find a time to eat sometime. And then like I started to make all these like, oh, let's do this like 반 모임 every single like this week on Wednesday. Let's eat all together. And then like we made all these. So like I was the one who like made everyone talk, but you can be that one too if you are an E. Because I changed from an I to an E when I came here, so it can be different for everyone. I think. I think yeah. Okay. Yes. Hello. Let's see. So cute. I'm looking at the questions. Okay. Next, I think we can take one more question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last question of the day is. Was it expensive, and like what were the costs of this compared of like studying abroad compared to home universities or like home, maybe home? Yes.
I think it depends on the exchange rate and from what country you're from.
And tuition.
Yeah, because I've heard from friends who are like from the US or probably from Europe. For some of them, it is comparatively cheaper to maybe college or other stuff. Granted, this is only language school, but maybe tuition costs here to learn Korean and over there is relatively maybe cheaper. Well, not considering housing and everything, but there are also some people also from like maybe Spain or maybe from parts of Europe or Asia. It would be expensive as well. It's quite costly, and prices for housing here, I think it depends on everyone's levels as well. But for us, it was quite high.
Housing options. There's 기숙사 again. Like I think we mentioned last podcast.
One room.
One room's the most expensive. I think. It's like your private apartment.
Especially it's closer to the school.
And it's small.
Yeah, I mean it depends. I think. Yeah, and there's lofts and studios, but we lived in 기숙사.
We lived in.
Yeah, I lived in a one room before, but then I moved to 기숙사 because it was closer. But yeah, the prices are around like 40,000.
40 and above. 40 is probably considered cheap already.
400,000.
Yeah, 400,000. Yeah.
400,000.
400 is probably considered
Yeah.
cheap. Usually it's like 45,
Yeah.
500
But where did
and
you-
above.
Yeah, where did you live?
One room.
One room? Oh, so yours is we have to change the chain. Well, at least we have gym in our 기숙사. Yes.
So the cost is actually depends. You're my friends, your situation and another stuff. Right?
Yeah, it depends. Like,
Yeah.
But was it worth? Do you think it was worth coming here, like as for Korean language school?
For language school, I think, for my personal experience, I think yes, because I really seen myself improving in Korean language and maybe knowing and easing into the culture. So yes, and I did have a lot of fun times, and I was close with the teachers. Actually, I'm not a teacher's pet, I have to say, but I was close with the teachers. So I think I had a lot of fun. It was a very meaningful experience. Would I do it again? If I were young again, maybe. But I think starting from level 1,
Not
it took a lot of time. So
Yeah.
maybe if you could start from level 3, like what Yui said.
Level 3, level 4, another.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
That's your hard topic.
Yeah, but for me, I would say it's worth it if you want to like experience Korean culture while learning Korean. But because like for people who are already like kind of not really fluent, but I guess like you can kind of communicate, I would recommend like if you want to tell more like experience the Korean like with all the Korean culture stuff, I would recommend like going to tutorial classes. That's another option for learning Korean and as well. Like there's language schools and there's also like 학원, like the tutorial classes. Yeah, so that's another option if you are like, wow, that sounds so boring, I don't want to go. But that's a more expensive option. But yeah, but overall, I would say like if I were to change like be back to where I was like deciding everything, I would have came back again. Like either way, even if it wasn't like because I think you do learn a lot.
Yeah,
about-
it's still overall very fun.
yeah,
experience.
and you can learn about different cultures and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. How about you? Would you recommend it? Would you come again?
I will come, but not from the top. But
So yeah.
please don't start.
From the very
yeah,
bottom.
Yeah,
Maybe
please
come with-
don't.
Come with a base, maybe
Little
a little bit of base.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Just
a little bit.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Even
classes-
level 2 is better than level
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, the
But
class.
the classes are all held in Korean when you come.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I suddenly remember.
Oh, it's a half Korean, half English for us. If it's
Oh, really?
1급, 2급. Yeah, if it's level 1, level 2, they do half Korean, half
For
English.
us,
Oh,
it
that's
was
so nice.
It was fully Korean. So if you came with no base at all, no understanding of Korean at all,
like me.
you would probably cry during the first
Like
day.
me.
Oh, yeah, our French students did cry. Because,
True.
Yeah, so it's better to have kind
A
of a base.
little bit of base, but not too much, because then you'll feel like the class is wasting
Boring.
your time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. We spoke about a lot today. So if there are any more questions, we can put them in the comments and we will reply to them manually. And as always, if you are interested in studying in Korea, we are welcome to find us in the AKP website. And thank you for listening to our podcast today. Is there anything you would like to do? Yeah. So thank you to Lirin Onni as our guest today. 박수. Okay, and we will see you guys next time then. And
Maybe next week. I don't know.
next week will be Minnie only, not me.